Washington. Nasa mga unang bahagi po tayo ng fourth and final quarter. It's a virtual must-win game for San Miguel, and that's a Sunday special.
Right now, wala nang depensa yung talk and text. It's just a simple down screen. Guy comes up, and Aban was late on defending.
Buena share. Dr. J, I'm wondering about two things here at this point. Number one, ganito ba kalaki ang pagkawala ni Ryan Reyes? He's a member of the starting lineup. He provides a lot of defensive intensity. Number two, remember we noticed Jimmy Alapag was so offensive-minded in that first quarter, and you have to wonder if that actually hurt Talking Text in the long run.
Yeah, the first answer to the first, of course, malaking problema yun because you're starting off without the guy that's really giving you the energy, the steals, and the tight defense against the small forward position of the other team. Tapos San Miguel already made some adjustments. Ito, may masamang foul yata dito kay Emerson Oreta, no? He came in.
Kanina pa bagsak dito si Cabagnot. I mean, he is a very frisky player. And there's a technical foul on Emer Oreta.
For second motion.
Let's watch this.
Ito
There's the first
kay
trip, and there's that second motion mula kay Emer Oreta. Those are two guys coming off the bench who normally do not come off the bench. Gilbert Lau and Emer Oreta.
Slowly but surely, nakikita na ni Coach Scott na malabo sila makabalik dito. One of those days, the other team playing with a lot of energy, a lot of emotion. Your team itself is playing so poorly. You might as well conserve for Sunday. Yun ang nangyayari dito. But you want to keep some of the players there. So, katulad ni Jason, he just continues to play hard. Larry continues to play hard.
Look at Arwin Santos. I mean, he came out of nowhere to get that rebound.
Sila masipag na yun. Kumbaga sa ano.
Mika, Talking Text with a lot of problems at this point.
Right, well, obviously Coach Trot not very happy with how things are going, but he specifically reminded JD that he has to show smarter decisions in this ballgame. They also reminded the boys that they were able to put this team down 2 consecutive times, and a third one, fourth one should not be hard. Miko?
So far, they haven't won any quarter in this ballgame. They've lost all 3 quarters here. And this is one of those games that San Miguel talagang parang do or die na. They treated this game as a do or die. Everybody was ready to play. Castro with a 3-point shot.
But again, San Miguel will give him that shot.
But Castro really is having a great series so far.
Look out, Salvacion. Cabagnot. Cabagnot or Barrett, 14 to shoot. Cabagnot pops the goal. To the left, to the right, to the hoop. And he will take 2.
Again, he's down on the floor with that nudge by Gilbert Lau.
Right now, Gilbert Lau is on home or same mode. His fouls are meant to be shared. Hindi na po niya iuwi yan. Cabagnot obliges. He will take all the contact, all the pushing, all the tugging on the jerseys. A nice sidestep move. And he's taking 2 free throws. The first is good. Maybe Cabagnot has gotten tired of all the talk about Castro. Jason Castro this, Jason Castro that.
So, siyempre, yun ang nananalo. So, kahit ba gumawa ka 50, pagtalo ka, hindi ka rin pag-uusapan.
Kaya nga, gusto ni Alex, palitan na natin ang topic of conversation. Why don't we start talking about San Miguel? Why don't we start talking about Cabagnot? Here's Oreta. Hesitated that time.
Well, that's really a guy with no confidence because that's his shot. He's a 3-point shooter. And he was wide open when he got the pass from Larry. Look at Santos clearing the boards again.
know, if I were a player, a forward, in my dreams, no? But let's just pretend I'm a power forward. And the coach tells me, box out Arwin. I might be tempted to say, ikaw kaya? Because I don't know if there is a formula to box out Arwin Santos when he's playing his A game.
Well, para sa akin, the guy just must really, yung taong na pinapasok mo sa loob ng court, wala na siyang intindihin kundi si Arwin. Hindi na siya kasali sa rebounding, hindi na siya kasali sa ano.
Yung mata niya, it's just for Arwin.
Yeah.
Big game para kay Arwin Santos tonight. Meantime, Kelly Williams with an offensive rebound. Score natin 87-61. San Miguel is absolutely in control of Game 3. Checky, ano ang kondisyon ni Danny Siegel?
Nico, bad news for San Miguel fans. Kanina si Arwin Santos with a contusion. Now it's Danny Siegel. After attempting to go for a fast break layup, Danny has sprained his right foot as he landed on the foot of Harvey Carey. He was brought to their dugout, and when they took off his shoe, his right foot was beginning to swell, so they had to ice it heavily. So it's unlikely for Danny Siegel to return to this game. Nico?
Siyempre sa lahat ng basketball, alam na, no? Pag namagana yan, sprain. Hindi na mo pwede itapak na sa bote ng soft drinks, ano? hindi na uso yun. Hindi na uso.
Jimmy Noblisada, my old friends.
Vic Berisi for three! No go. Long rebound for Jared Dillinger. 8:09 remaining in game number 3. Here comes Dillinger. Dillinger was told to make better decisions. And that is a good decision to send that ball to Larry Fonacier with a corner three-pointer. 11 points off the bench for Fonacier. Pero lamang na lamang pa rin ang San Miguel. 87-64. Back in a moment. Here's Joseph Yo working on Larry Fonacier. Shot clock down to 6. And it's been that kind of game for the Beer Men.
Siyempre, medyo kumpiyansado na ang player. Ang laki ng lamang nyo. So, lahat ng pumapasok, even if you miss, alam mo, malaki pa rin ang lamang mo. Kung pumapasok lahat yung factor. Medyo acrobatic shot ginawa ni Kelly Williams here. But, you know, as of this stage, with 7:25 to go left in this ball game, you can say that San Miguel tonight completely outplayed the Talk and Text Tropang Texas.
And it will take a miracle of biblical proportions for Talk and Text to bounce back here. Castro neutralized Jimmy Alapag. We haven't seen Jimmy Alapag.
Well, he only used Jimmy Alapag in the first few minutes of the third quarter. He hasn't put him back in. So, you know, I think more of conserving na. Nakikita niya, the handwriting is on the wall. We're not going to win this game the way they're playing, the way we're playing. You know, so not a good foul there by Rich, but they're not in penalty. Obviously trying to steal the ball away from Joseph Yo.
So ironic na in the first two games, the second half has been so forgettable para sa San Miguel. And here in game 3, they used that third quarter to really pull away.
They might even add on to it in this fourth quarter.
That's true. Shots like this. Shots like this.
So all the confidence level is there already. You're willing to take, kasi wala nang pressure eh. What we say, no pressure shot.
Here's Kelly Williams. Boy, Kelly has just had a miserable night.
He's not really good with putting the ball on the floor, especially the defensive man is in front of him. Hindi makasali sa party ah. Hindi yata impitado.
Well, he has lots of time to try and join the scoring parade here. Here's Dillinger. Dillinger drives. Dillinger, no go. Top defense provided by Denok Miranda.
You can see very little ball movement and player movement on the part of the Tropang Texers. It's really more on a one-on-one mode.
Here's Fonacier. Dillinger on the move, and they'll give him that layup. So, babalikan po natin ang mga nangyari dito sa ating ball game. San Miguel led 25-17 at the end of the opening quarter. The big adjustment for San Miguel inserting Paul Artadi and Danny Onifonso in the starting unit, which obviously paid dividends in that opening quarter.
That's right. I think, and from there, they were able to really get good momentum for the kind of game that they wanted to play. The defensive game, they're able to get, instead of starting with Peña, they got a very good contribution from Danny Delfonso. So that really helped them.
And then moving forward to the second period, San Miguel was able to limit this run-and-gun team called Talking Tex to just 36 first half points.
That's right. Sometimes they get that in a quarter, not in the first half.
Kaya ano yun, ha? That's a big deal para sa San Miguel. As we check our Phoenix drive of the game, tapo po si Janok Liraga with a ball fake, doing his best imitation of Jason Castro.
That's right.
And then, of course, pagdating ng third quarter, that's when San Miguel put it all together, and that's when it all fell apart for Talking Tex.
Well, magandang umpisa ng Talking Tex sa third quarter, but in 12-0 run, characterized by three consecutive layups unchallenged. And that's because their transition defense wasn't there. Yung tao nila doon, pero they're not challenging a guy going to the basket. So that really hurt them, and that was probably would say straw that broke the camel's back at that stage. Wala na after that.
Naalala natin, Dr. J, the highlight possibly of this game. Yung sunod-sunod, Alex Habakdon creating and then locating Daniel Defonso 2-3 times in that big third quarter run.
That's right. Yun, mabigat yun. Pero kasi experiencado rin si Daniel Defonso. Marunong siya pumesto. Marunong siya magbasa kung anong ginagawa ng kakampi niya. Alvarez with a steal here.
Alvarez to Aban. Aban. Nice ball back by Aaron Aban.
This is the only thing that Talking Tex can do right now. Show that they're in the game. Don't give anything easy to San Miguel. That's going to be a foul on Mick. They're in penalty. Mick is never going to catch Jared Dillinger in a race.
That's why. That's why. Ay muna, saan ka pupunta? Jared Dillinger was the stellar player in game number 2, and we check our Phoenix game moments. Olsen Racela. I remember this the play. He missed an open three-pointer and he hated it. That's a character of Olsen. 18 years in the league. He still hates himself when he misses an open three-pointer. Here's Marquis, handoff, Abba.
This has been also a night where Talking Tex could not get away from the fact that they couldn't make free throws. They have really been miserable from the free throw line. Now, they got away with it in game number 1. Somebody else not going to let them get away with it here in game number 2.
Approaching the 4-minute mark as we have another San Miguel Sunday special. He has 11 points off the bench. And that will be an offensive foul. Laban kay Mark Yee.
Very, very clear there. And Lucy Olsen standing his ground and he just banged right into him. Dorian Peña coming in for Danny Delfonso. So obviously conserving na yan because Danny was part of their starting 5 unit. Uulitin niya siguro sa linggo. Yun rin ang gagamitin niya.
Joseph Yo, Olsen Racela. Yo, he slices the defense in half like what else? A ninja. At kasama dyan, Nick Pinisi and Sunday Salvador.
Maganda rin ang linaro niya coming off the bench. No? Scoring-wise, he really helped.
So, Dr. J, ano kaya nang babaguhin ng Talking Tex in preparation for game number 4?
Well, titignan natin muna because the reports are babalik ng Saturday night si Ryan Reyes.
That's the plan.
Para makalaro sa linggo.
Yeah.
Of course, siyempre, galing sa Jetson, hindi naman gano'ng kadali yun. Pero still, he's probably in very good condition. Hindi makasali talaga sa party.
Well, Megas, or rather, Pinisi has 3 minutes to try and score here. Meantime, here's Rich Alvarez, goes up and he will take 2 free throws.
Alam mo naman siguradong they probably will use the same starting 5 lineup. So what are you gonna do? Paano yung, ano naman ang lineup magiging ni Coach? Coach Chot, no? Will he change his lineup? make some